Yeah, I know that's the only way that musicians make money nowadays, so I know that title looks absolutely ridiculous, but hear me out, I just want to make a few points. If you love listening to music and you do really love playing music, if music is the most important thing in the world to you, you should probably stop playing live music, or at least stop doing cover shows. Don't stop playing live music, but you don't have to play bullshit cover gigs to make a buck. I quit playing cover gigs about 5 months ago, and I have a lot of like conflicted. I'm very conflicted about it in a lot of ways, but I'm also relieved and feel good about that decision. I'm happy to have a steady job, like multiple jobs actually, that are more steady, that I can depend on, and I know what the consistency of it is going to be. It's easier to kind of, doing live cover gigs and shit, it's very random and it's a very unpredictable life. That can be kind of fun and exciting in some ways, but it was very stressful for me personally. I didn't care for it for all that time. But yeah, like, I mean, having a job outside of that, whether you have a job outside of that or not, whether that's your main source of income or not, just like not having to rely on it is great. As well as you'll probably just enjoy listening to those songs, the songs that we all cover, the very cliched, the Wonderwalls and the whatever, those you know exactly which songs I'm talking about. Even those songs, you'll just start to feel the littlest bit different about them. You won't feel. I don't feel myself like rolling my eyes at music as much. Or I don't feel myself like giving a shit about it as much, at all. I guess, like as far as how people receive it, because when you're playing shows and you see like how audiences receive you as well, you start to get kind of in your head about. At least I was getting very obsessed with that shit. Very obsessed with like how I'm being perceived because I was playing music in front of people so much, and it's a very vulnerable thing to do. So yeah, well, yeah. So what points? It's an actual job is a little more consistent, as well as the fact that you just start to listen to music differently again, and you start to play it differently. You can have your social life back, by the way, too. I guess that's a good third point to wrap all of this up with. The fact that musicians work weekends, especially even when we're not working weekends, we're always working the times where people are literally off work and have free time. We're busy out at bars or restaurants or whatever, playing at dinner time and shit. Your social life, or basically if you're working, doing gigs and shit, you're not gonna have a normal schedule with everybody else in society. That's what it's almost like you end up having to work with or hang out with other musicians or other people that have that same kind of schedule or whatever. So your social life is the time that you have is especially in the evenings, is completely different. I'm so happy that I have like majority of my evening back now, instead of staying up super late, because I would still want to have some time to myself after getting home from working at like 2 a.m. or whatever. And I still stay up super late, but it's almost super late. It's almost 5 a.m. as I'm recording this. But anyway, that's not the point I'm trying to make. These are all the things I'm just trying to give you, my experiences from quitting the gig life and quitting cover gigs for 5 months now, and I don't plan on going back to that. I'm kind of in a definitive like where the Beatles made that huge decision. It was very risky to just stop touring or whatever. And just focus on studio work or whatever. I'm kind of in that same mode. And I know, obviously, as solo artists, they all still played live many times after the Beatles broke up. But that decision where the Beatles just stopped and we're just like, fuck that, you know, they were sick of it. It's kind of literally how I feel about playing cover gigs, and just how unnecessary it feels at this point in my life and how exhausting it is. Now I've done it so much and I'm over it. You get over things. And if you're feeling over it, this is why I recorded this in the first place. Back to you. Enough about me. Fuck what I'm saying. Fuck my life. I don't really care about it that much. You shouldn't either. But if you feel this way, you know, this is why I made this, or whatever, you feel this way and you're sick, you're like actually sick of the cover gig life and you're fucking hating it, you feel very fucking miserable doing that, you should quit. You should quit playing cover gigs. Find a steady job and find something else that'll actually be that'll be a little more dependent and consistent, and will make music a hobby again. That's the other thing, is if you want music to feel fun and just feel like a hobby again, stop making it a job. Stop making it your work. The one thing I will say that I have to be way more conscious of now that I'm not playing gigs anymore is that I have to like practice. Actually, I have to actually play music now. Before it was I rarely rehearsed on my own. I would rehearse plenty when I was playing gigs, but a lot of times the gig was the rehearsal, and the gig was just like to dust the cobwebs on certain songs and you know, just make sure that I'm able to play my set list. That's what it becomes, is a practice, a paid practice after a while. A lot of gigs just become a paid practice because no one gives a fuck and no one's actually paying attention. At least not where I was playing. So, or sometimes they were fully paying attention. And it's not my performance. My performances are always pretty solid. So, it's definitely not anything like that. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe the songs I picked were boring at times, or people didn't really like, didn't know them. I wouldn't play songs that were like generic and pandering to people in that way. So, anyway, that doesn't matter. But if you play gigs, you know exactly what I mean. Everyone's played a gig where they see that people don't give a fuck at all about that shit. But yeah, I guess so. Those are the 3 points. That's it. You'll have more of a steady routine. You'll have your love of playing and listening to music again, and you what was the fucking third point that I just made? Oh, your social life. You'll have your social life back, kind of. And yeah, you'll just feel differently about music. You will feel differently about music when it's not a job anymore, in a good way. And that's it. All right. Bye.